Last action of the day. It's the men's cross-country in the compact competition. It's going to be a very fascinating and exciting half an hour, 3/4 of an hour or so. Coming up here in Seefeld, second day of the triple. Remember, half points yesterday, half points today, double points tomorrow. And if you come out ahead of everybody else, not only 200 points, but of course the triple crown as well. Manny, I'm going to let you have the honours because you've just had a little look round this course.
I have, Richard, thank you. A bit of a different course than yesterday. We're not going straight into the downhill section. We're going up over the biathlon stand into the downhill section. And this will really show us who has the best skis, which technician has tested correctly. They've been testing, well, even when the men were still jumping. So trying to get the perfect wax and ski into another little downhill, a little recovery for the athletes where they can make up time before going into these, well, two little bumps, I like to call them, before you have that famous corner Richard likes, before they come back down and they can really see where are the other athletes, how much lead have I got, and then they've got that, well, final long, big uphill section starting from exactly now up over onto that Seefeld sign around the corner, and then it starts and you can really see when the attacks will be made. We saw it just now in the women's race up this real technical uphill section. We saw loads of attacks yesterday, and what will Lamparter or Rettenegger do today, I wonder, or Oftebro? So we will see, and back down we go. Athletes, well, get to around about 60 kilometers an hour, going all the way down here around the sharp bends, and it's crucial that they are aware what's going on around them all the time, and back down onto the false flat. They still have to work, not real great to be honest, up to our last uphill section, which is steep. It is super steep, and the fans are already out and waiting for the athletes to race into the finish zone, or the men in this case do have 7.5k, so they will be having 3 loops of the 2.5 kilometre, very technical course.
It is a lovely course. I particularly like that last little rise before you head into the start-finish area, because if you haven't broken somebody on that big hill, then you get a chance right at the end, and we saw Geiger doing that last year.
We did, didn't we?
And we may see it again today. Of course, it's exciting today, but even more exciting tomorrow.
Andrea, second competition day here in the famous triple, and already a very good result for you yesterday with the 3rd place, and you have some very good skiing times from last season that we looked up here. So what's the plan for the race today?
I will just have to go my own pace and see who's in front and who's behind me, so it will be interesting.
What makes the course here difficult?
No, it's quite some flat parts, so it's hard to keep up the pace. So that's hard.
Good luck, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I can tell him. Thomas Rettenegger is in front of him, and Ilke Herrel is behind him. He'll know that, of course he'll know that. But
that's so kind of you.
He's so strong. He's only 22 seconds behind Stefan Rettenegger. This is what it's going to be, an absolute, as my mother would say, a Bobby Dazzler. And well, we had some great ski jumping, didn't we? Einar Luras, Oftebro, Johannes Lamparter in 2nd place. What was that, 100.5? And then Stefan Rettenegger, of course, managing to come in the current leader with not the biggest jump of 103, but it was big enough.
It was big enough, and I do suspect it is the compact today, so we have the shorter gaps. As we are seeing, this is how it looks. With 6 seconds, Stefan starts out in front of Lamparter. I suspect he will be waiting for Lamparter, because we have seen a few races where they have worked together. I suspect, though, if we look a bit down, 9th place is Oftebro with 36 seconds. So he's going to be trying to hunt down the front athletes, well, including his brother. So...
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I know Rettenegger and Lamparter, both Austrians, they said, I think Stefan said, we'll stick together, and then we'll see who wins. And that in that little comment, you know that in the back of his mind, he has an idea of where he's going to give it a go and see if his compatriot has the same amount of legs. it's not just the two-legged variety of skiers, some four-legged animals around enjoying as well. And that is what our athletes are all aiming for. It is the famous triple, the Seefeld triple. Only once has it been away from Seefeld, but this is its natural home, isn't it? And we do enjoy just how much importance the organisers put on this as well. Here then we go with our little mascots as well. First up is Stefan Rettenegger, looking for his first ever win. He's been on the podium an awful lot, but would very much like to be on the top step. Well, this is
don't break those poles.
Well, yeah, be careful. The man who won yesterday, the man who is top of the pile, the man who has won 5 times this season. And then behind him, Einar Luris off the bro, the older of the bros, winning Otterpo, of course. And then behind him come the rest, headed by Thomas Rettenegger, Andreas Skoglund. We expect him to do well. Man who mentioned in 9th place, but not far behind, Jens Luris Oftebro. Oftebro, of course, he won both of the last events in Oberhof, so he'd be pretty confident, I imagine. Was just off the pace a little bit, 5th yesterday. And then the rest.
And then the rest. Well said, then the rest. But all the athletes running in, getting into their starting positions, and it's great for the kids, isn't it? It's great motivation. All those kids are from the ski club Seefeld, and they are all in a ski club who do cross-country skiing. So they're all out on their skis.
Lovely.
When these athletes are.
Yeah. I hear in your role as a coach you're going to be in charge of the cross-country next weekend. Is that right? Back in your patch?
Yes, we do have our home tournament next weekend, and which should be exciting. And yeah, trying to get a cross-country course, because the snow, well, where our hills are, it is a bit lower down. It's not as high as Seefeld, so we don't have as much snow. But fingers crossed we can have a cross-country race. But,
and then you can be one of the coaches. Are you a shouter on the sides, or is that not the done thing, Manny? Are you a bit more restrained?
No, a nice shouter. You know, I mean, they're kids. I mean, come on. Can't
Well,
completely shout at them,
No,
you know.
well, these athletes will certainly have their coaches in their ears at certain designated places around this course. Our best skier, there he is, Jens Luris Oftebro. Talked about him. Behind him, Vincent Geiger, a man coming back from injury, a man who has a win, but just the one, and that was at Ramsau, so a while ago. But with the Olympics coming up, you never know. You wouldn't put it past him to usurp everybody. I'll be watching and seeing what happens. Christian Ilves, I like his glasses, very, very stylish. And man who's always stylish behind him is Johannes Riesdek. All these will be in the mix. Riesdek went back a bit, didn't he, like yesterday? Perhaps he doesn't like this course quite as much.
Maybe he set off too fast,
Yeah.
like many of the other athletes.
Absolutely. Well, they'll learn from that. There'll be different strategies here.
You ready for your wrap?
Yeah, well, here we go. The bongs followed by the pips. Followed by the action. Stefan Rettenegger, away he goes. 6 seconds, remember, between him and our yellow bib man, Johannes Lampeter. Not far behind is the first non-Austrian. That's Norway's Einar Luris Oftebro, who'll have half a look at his brother coming up behind him. Thomas Rettenegger, he'll go. The other Austrian will get a massive cheer here. Andreas Skoglund goes. Ilke Herrela waiting patiently. Well, I say patiently, probably not patiently, to be honest with you. Away he goes, and so on it goes. This it must be horrible to have to wait, but this is a man who's going to really chase them down. Jens Luris Oftebro, then Geiger. Well, you know, and still we go, and still the high-class athletes come.
They're all coming now, and it never stops, it really doesn't. But I tell you one thing, Lamparter went out, and he went out in a fast tempo, like the finish line was already after the first climb. So he is hunting down Rettenegger, and I do suspect that is what the Austrians have planned.
If you're so inclined, go onto the FIS website and search down and find the GPS, and you can see where these athletes are on the map. The man at the front, 2 seconds ahead of Lampeter is Rettenegger. I think he's just waiting for his compatriot to catch up with him, like we saw in the women's race when Brabant just waited for Hagen but couldn't stay with her. And well, that's the compact for you. Everyone close together in the opening stages as they go past the tracks for the locals, not going quite as fast as these men. And it is Rettenegger Lampeter off to Bro on his own, Skoglund, and it is it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out.
It will, it really will, and this is what we were expecting to see, that Lampeter will hunt down Rettenegger and then for them to work together, because they have got a big group coming up behind them with Oftebro, Rettenegger Thomas, who we probably won't think is a threat. But we have Skoglund, we have Herrela, we have Tannheimer, Stenzel, Oftebro, Geiger, Ilves. So those 4 or 5 athletes which are already bunched up together will be dangerous because they will work together, they will be hungry.
I tell you what, the Oftebro brothers are very fast and very good skiers, but it doesn't look like they're putting any effort in, does it? It's such a smooth way they ski. And here we go, around this lovely turn where you can just, if you're at the front, look down at everybody else as you glide fast down that hill. And everyone else, as you can see from this wonderful drone shot, trying to get that entry into the downhill right and just trying to catch up. There they go, and it is Oftebro who brings them round with Rettenegger, Thomas Rettenegger with them. Skoglund's up there in the battle as well. Rijdeck not that far behind, just trying to catch up with those in front. It is going to be a few, perhaps a lap and a half before we start to get an idea of how this is shaking out.
It will be, and we will be seeing a few athletes come through, I do suspect. But Johannes and Rettenegger have now met each other, let's put it like that, and will basically be racing this whole race together. It will just be a matter of time who will be able to attack. Will it come down to a sprint finish? But this course is so technical, then anything can happen at any time. And
I mean, you've got to feel, haven't you, for Einar Lewis Oftebro, who's kind of between a rock and a hard place. He's got Rettenegger and Lampeter working together, the two Austrians. Then him 13 seconds behind, and then another 7 seconds behind comes the cavalry.
Exactly, yeah, you do. But there's another one of these things. Either he really tries to stay ahead of the big group which is chasing him behind, or he waits for them and tucks himself in and thinks, oh, well, I'm feeling good today. I can just tuck in, get a nice draft, work with them, and then I can go. And it's a whole tactical thing. But I'll tell you one person who is looking good, for a fact, is Rettenegger Thomas, who is stronger in ski jumping. We do know that, don't we? Struggles sometimes on the cross-country ski, but he has had some great races in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's tantalisingly close, that cross-country form, isn't it? There he is, the man with the blue shirt. Oh, the best jumper, but would very much like to have the yellow bib at some stage in his career. There's time for sure. The Norwegians keeping him company, Oftebro and Skoglund, and that, if you look on the GPS, is moving around all the time as those two move. At the front, the Austrians politely making sure they don't jump into each other, little tap of the ski pole. And they are looking good at the moment. 16 seconds ahead of Einar Lewis Oftebro, and he's being chased down by Skoglund and his brother as well. But this is the race at the front. Listen to the crowd cheering them on. Two of their country's best coming through. Stefan Rettenegger, Johannes Lampeter just behind him. Not only is this for the triple this weekend, but it's a little nod towards what's going to happen in Italy in a week or so's time.
It is, and it's great to see them working together, because it does just show high standards of them both. Rettenegger, he always fancies a mass start, doesn't he? We saw that in Norway. He really likes that. He loves showing us that he is in good form, and that is definitely what he is showing us now. Lampard is just comfy, just sitting behind him, and here comes the big chasing group all together, ready for the wrap.
Yeah, Rettenegger and Lambert still about 16 seconds ahead after one lap of Einar Lewis Oftebro, then Skoglund, Jens Lewis Oftebro, Rettenegger, Hirala, Geiger, Tanheim. That's not all of them. There's a big group coming through. And it is the two Norwegians of Skoglund and Jens Lewis Oftebro coming very good at the top of that. And look, a little bit of effort from Ilkka Hirala. Likes to just get out on his own, get a bit of space there, trying to overtake.
That's the thing as well. After the first lap, you know how well your skis are prepared, and you know how fast they are. And if you know there's a downhill section coming up, then you want to make a move on the uphill section to get ahead of everybody going downhill. There was a bit of a conversation going on there with Rettenegger and Lambert. I think there was a bit of a shout.
I think he tugged the ski as well.
Lambert's skis are quicker than Rettenegger's, because we have seen him always poking his pole with his hand, saying, okay, I'm just going to give you a bit of a push. I want to stay in your draft. I'm just giving you a push, just so you know I'm here. It did look like Rettenegger wasn't very happy with that, but Lampard has gone to the front, and he'll soon sort that out. He'll probably think to himself.
I am sure that you normally see the little tap to say I'm here, but that was a little tug as well. The conversation lasted longer than normal, and you're right, he definitely wants to get in front, doesn't he? And not quite ruthless about that, but he's wearing the yellow bib. He's the top dog, isn't he?
There is a reason why he's wearing the yellow bib, and they have definitely upped the tempo going into the first uphill section, and it will be interesting to see how long can Rettenegger stay on the back of Lamparter. And looking...
He's been swallowed up, hasn't he? Einar Lewis Oftebro as his brother.
He has.
Alongside him, and I think not for much longer. I think Einar Lewis may just drop back a little bit here. This is the chasing pack, and we're seeing Jens Lewis Oftebro with that red bib leading the charge, and they are 19 seconds behind with about half of this race still to go. And it is Austria 1-2, Johannes Lamperter, Stefan Rettenegger. And Stefan Rettenegger, look how close he is. He's having to kind of put the brakes on. You don't want to put the brakes on there.
You really don't, but this is where they can really see how far behind is Oftebro, who is wearing the best skier bib, and we know he can make up a lot of time, but Oftebro is just happily sitting behind his brother, and he's not too stressed, not too worried, I feel.
A lot of Norwegian bibs around there. It's Einar Lewis, Jens Lewis and Andreas Skoglund. Hirala was out again on the far side, but is tucked in there, and he is in 5th place at the moment. It's an interesting race. It's not one of these sort of breathless ones. It's a tactical one, and who fancies it is the question. It is the question. We saw either Johan Strom coming through. He is on his own behind Lucas Griedera.
Look at, sorry to interrupt, but just look at Obermeier from Austria there. We've started in around 30th position, I do believe. It's weaker on the ski jumping hill, but he is so fast on the thinner skis, and he has made up a lot of time already, so that's the one we should look out for.
Up about 8 places, so that's not bad, is it, for starters? But this is the sharp end of this race. It's Johannes Lamperter with the yellow bib. Leader and our championship leader, Stefan Rettenegger, right on his ski tips as well. With that gap is coming down 13 seconds or so. Jens Lewis is making a break, and he's attacking here.
He is attacking, and this is what I'm saying. This is the make it or break it uphill section, and where you really want to attack over the top. So we could be seeing a group of 3 or 4 of them being formed, and he has really upped the tempo. And you can see how he's just pulled this group apart. They were all together before this uphill section, and he's leaving behind the Germans and the Austrian Rettenegger.
Yeah, Geiger has stayed with him. That is good for Geiger. They are within 10 seconds of our leaders. We've still got a lap and a bit to go, you know. Anything could happen. I was saying this might be a tactical race. It could be one where you're just hanging on by your fingernails.
Anything can happen, and we did just see what can happen when Oftebro puts the tempo up. Like, within 2 seconds, he's made up a lot of time, and he's pulled the whole group, the whole race out of each other.
And you've got to, you know, there we are working together a little bit, the German and the Norwegian, and a little look over the shoulder at who's coming behind, and the answer is Andreas Skoglund, and that's not necessarily what you want to see in your rear view mirror. Well, it's going to be interesting, and it is down to 5 seconds, and it's going to become a race of 4 people, and I wonder who's got the legs in the last lap, because that's what we're heading towards now.
This is what we're heading towards, and I do just want to point out, the last time check, they were 20 seconds behind, and they just made one single move on that big uphill section, which we've mentioned many times, and they've brought that down, and this is going to be a really, really exciting last lap.
5K's gone. Rettenegger and Lamport are still ahead, but not by much. You've got the likes of Geiger, Skoglund, Oftebro all in the hunt now. The chase certainly is on. One more lap to go. Who fancies it? Who's got the legs for it? Who's got something in reserve?
It looks like Rettenegger has got the legs. He's just got in front of Lamparter with the blue hat. So, and that's a bold move. That is a real brave move to go in front of the World Cup leader. And you've got Oftebro and you have got Geiger chasing you. You know you have to make a move and get down this downhill section first.
Can the Austrians stay ahead? The question everyone is asking, and we've got Rettenegger ahead of Lamparter, but Oftebro, he's so good. And Geiger, well, his form's been up and down, but when he's in the mood, he's definitely in the mood.
He definitely is. He definitely is. Maybe his skis aren't so fast today. We know the Austrians have got fast skis. And yeah, Lamparter just touching the pole again of Rettenegger, just to let him know he is there. But they need to watch out, because they don't want to have a group of 6 athletes. They do need to be careful of that. But it is Rettenegger, Lamparter, Oftebro and Geiger all fighting for a medal today in Seefeld. Last lap, and we're going to see some moves.
Absolutely, it's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously Stefan Rettenegger and Johannes Lamparter started more or less together, 6 seconds apart. Oftebro, Jens Luris Oftebro and Vincent Geiger started together in 9th and 10th, just 2 seconds away, and they have worked together. Both those pairs have worked together.
They have worked together, they really have, but I don't know how much that attack from Oftebro and Geiger took out of them. And especially on these next uphill sections, they need to have fresh legs, because the Austrians have fast skis on the downhill section. And this is... do you want to say who's going to get in it? I'm not going to say anything, Richard. I'm not going to say anything. It's too exciting.
I did just see Oftebro stand up a little bit and take a big mouthful of air. And, well, we're going to find out sooner or later, because we've got this little rise, a few little bumps, as you called them, Manny. I think a bit more than that, you know, when you're actually trying to race them, probably. But they are a chance just to have a little go, just see, just a little test. And then you get to that big drag, and then that's when we're going to see it. Surely here's going to be the attack.
I don't know if it will be here or on the next one. The athletes have to know themselves, okay, can I go on this climb and then have enough energy to go on the next one as well, or will we leave it to the last uphill section, which I do believe we will, and then they'll be attacking into the last downhill section, into the final finish. Well, it's a little uphill, isn't it? And that's where we're going to see some attacks, and I do suspect on this next uphill that's where it's going to happen.
I think you might be right, because this is very important in the races around, but that last little bit, Geiger likes that from last year. We know that he likes that.
He does. Yeah, he does. But we also did just see what Oftebro did. And now Geiger has not got good skis today. He really hasn't. Always having to do a lot of work on the downhill section, which he's going to have to think about. He's going to have to think about if he wants to attack on this last uphill bit. Oftebro just passing Rettenegger, saying, hey, I want to be at the front. This is where positioning is key. Be in the right position for the attack to go with the attack. So we've got 4 athletes fighting for 3 places.
Less than a kilometre to go. It is any one of these 4. And I think Geiger was saying, well, as long as I can be there at the last bit, last rise, I've got an opportunity. This is how close it's been, and Oftebro has been absolutely outstanding. Look at that big gap, the jump from 20 seconds to, well, more or less with the leaders.
It's amazing. But I do wonder if Rettenegger is feeling very good today, because he has been showing, hey, I'm here, I can do something, and he is just going out on the right-hand side, maybe ahead of them now, just overtaking Oftebro, really testing them. Geiger just hanging on the back. I'm not quite sure if Geiger might be a bit tired, but Rettenegger has taken over the lead of the race.
Who fancies it? Who's got the legs? Who's got the, well, they've all got the ambition. Who's got the legs? Because sometimes you press the accelerator and nothing happens.
Now they're just slowing up a bit. And this is where we might see somebody do a few quick strides, like Rettenegger is doing now, to get first into the downhill section. Geiger just dropping off the back of it. And now with his slow skis, that's not what he would have wanted to, well, where he would have wanted to be.
No, he's a couple of seconds behind this trio. This looks like the battle for the podium now, with less than half a K to go as they sweep down into the stadium itself. Who fancies it at the moment? It's Stefan Rettenegger, and this is where it's going to count. It's 3 with Geiger trailing, and all of a sudden Johannes Lampeter goes into the front here. It's going to be very tight. Lampeter looking good. He's timed this well. Look at where he's got to go.
We know he's had good skis the whole entire race, and this is going to his good now into the last uphill section.
Look at Geiger go. Back. Look at Geiger go. He fancies going up this hill, and we saw that before last year as well. Lampeter puts the afterburners on. It's going to be a fight to the finish, and it's going to be a close one. Up around this corner they go, turning right into the stadium, into the sunshine. At the moment it is Lampeter who has the advantage, but Geiger is coming back. What a comeback this is from the German. Has he got enough? It's going to be really tight. It is Geiger who takes it. What a finish from him. Lampeter, Oftebro and Stefan Rettenegger. You've got to feel for him.
You've got to feel for him
after all that work. But it is the German who takes the win.
Oh, well, apologies there. We completely wrote a Geiger off there, didn't we? We were like, nah, his skis are gone, not good enough. And then he was suddenly back, and he likes a dramatic finish, doesn't he? He really does.
He loves it.
And boy, that was dramatic. I didn't know what to say.
Well, we did say if his skis allow him to be there or thereabouts, he's got a chance. But goodness me, what a motor that man has. And well, the others are coming across. We really should give them some credit as well. It's they've done really well in what has been a tough old race for sure.
And a good race from Obermeier there in 13th from Austria. Yeah. Rettenegger's almost fighting his way through to 15th, but boy, what was that for a sprint finish? I reckon they all got surprised about Geiger.
Yeah,
he's done it before, hasn't he?
Yeah, Schmidt, by the way, just to say, the second place man in the World Cup standings did not have a great day today, almost a minute behind in 12th place. That will not help his World Cup pretensions, although half points, the damage is slightly limited. 50 starting today, 12 different nations are represented, and still they come over. There are still those coming through. Valet of France. We didn't see much of the Italians coming through, unless I have missed that on the timing screens. The blue bibs, ski suits of the Italians. There is Pitan who comes through. Giraud de France, and then Costner as well. So the Italians not having their normal, perhaps managed strong day on the snow today.
Now, we did wonder, didn't we, if it was going to be a race for the Italians. But hey, they raced yesterday as well. Maybe tomorrow will be their day. It is a longer race. 7.5k is a shorter distance for the men than we're used to. But, and a crash from the Italian there, I do believe. And that's not what you want going into the final uphill section, into the sprint.
Yeah, going backwards is not in the plan, is it, to be fair. Kalhuma coming through, Watabe as well. And we are still waiting for some more athletes to come through. That's the American Eric Lynch. And just a few more to come. Still a kind of long way behind the likes of Butzi, Brescia and Kevin Zhao Jiawen He'll be that bright yellow ski suit. You can't miss him. Let's see
Where's
coming
Kevin?
forward. Where is Kevin's coming? Don't worry, Kevin's on his way. He doesn't enjoy cross country as much as he enjoys the ski jumping, if truth be told. But work in progress, of course.
Of course it is. And
Profnik. No, Breschel coming through, one of the Slovenians. Very distinctive sky blue ski suit. 2 more to come. And the German flag, meanwhile, well, there's the yellow ski
there
suit.
he is.
Here he is. I know you had a conversation with him.
I did.
He's a very cheerful chappy.
Oh, he is a very cheerful chap. And I do think that is the athletes in. We do have a DNF from Mühlenthaler from France.
That's a shame. I don't know what happened there. And it does, of course, preclude him from tomorrow as well, should he have got through into, I think it's the last 30 or so. He'll compete tomorrow. It's been a wonderful day. The weather has been fabulous, and if you're a Geiger fan, well, the day is absolutely perfect.
It is. And what have we learned from today? Never say Geiger's gone.
No. Well, it's his second win of the season, and you forget he's already won once. Missed, of course, the first, 2 of the season with injury. I suppose in a way he was quite pleased that the third Ruka had to be abandoned. But, well, this man's been taught a lesson, hasn't he? He thought he had it all in his pocket, and suddenly a blur of black ski suit went past him. It was close, wasn't it? It really was close. But Geiger, Lampeter and Jens Luris off the road. And I think that will be enough to put him across and over the line into second place in the World Cup standings. Julian Schmidt with a day to forget here today. And of course, double points tomorrow. So if Geiger can haul himself another win, it can all change around going into this weekend. Lampeter over 200 points ahead of Schmidt and Oftero. But what about that? A popular win. It's a popular win for sure. Even though he beat the home favourite Lampeter, everyone loves Vincent Geiger. Such a happy man, always with a smile, always celebrates victories to the full. Still feeling it. You can see Lampeter just still hauling in the oxygen.
This course it's just brutal. It really is. And from the beginning of this course today, Lampeter was on full gas. He really was. There was never a second he relaxed.
1/10 of a second between Geiger and Lampeter. He knew straight away, didn't he, with Oftero coming in third, and Stefan Rettenegger still searching. Just for a moment we thought, here comes his first win. I'm sure it will come. I am sure it will come, and sooner rather than later. And then those who came in a little further behind, but have finished all the same, apart from Laurent Mühlenthaler. Not entirely sure why, but we will see. I'm sure we'll find out at some stage. Well, still the recreational downhill skiers enjoying the slopes, and we've enjoyed today's competition, and we will be having the victory ceremonies very shortly. But first, we're hoping to hear from Vincent Geiger after what was a sensational race. Good race from our third place athlete, Jens Luris, off the rope. For a moment, we thought it was inevitable that he was just going to pull away and win. We know what he can do in this kind of situation and kind of race. Couldn't get past Lampeter, and this is a classic Lampeter, isn't it, attacking, but look who's on his shoulder. Yeah, it was a wonderful finish, just what the fans deserved after a wonderful day of competition. And this is how close it was. He seemed to feel very relaxed about the whole situation, didn't he? I thought it was a lot closer than obviously he did. Wasn't lunging for the line, was he, this man? And do you know what? Olympics just around the corner, just like to say.
Well, yeah. The last Olympics, he did exactly the same, didn't he? He had a massive finish and went and won. So, yeah, never say no to Geiger. And well, definitely proved us wrong today, didn't he? And what that was for a race. Unbelievable. From the beginning to the end. Yeah, wasn't sitting still.
Yeah, he started, as the bib would suggest, in 10th place. He was 38 seconds behind the leader. And that was nothing in 3 laps. Thank you very much. And this part of the Tyrol we've very much enjoyed being in. I wouldn't mind a little trip in that balloon. I'm sure it could be arranged at some stage.
I'm sure it can be arranged.
Vincent, congratulations. What a fantastic cross-country race from you here today in Seefeld. What does it mean to you after the victory last year to be on top again?
Yeah, it's so nice to be on top here. It's one of my favorite places. A lot of German fans and yeah, all the fans here, incredible. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm very happy.
Enjoy this moment. Thank you.
Yeah, he won the Gunderson to wrap up the triple on the Sunday last year, and well, he's in a very good place, isn't he? This is the standing. Lampeter, Jens Lewis Oftebro does overhaul Schmidt into 2nd place. And where is Geiger? Still in 10th. He hasn't moved, but he'll feel good about that. He really will.
He will, and that will give him a big motivation boost. Well, going into tomorrow, but looking forward to next week, going into the Olympics.
Yeah, Austria still standing proud in the Nations Cup, so they'll be happy about that. Some sucker for the home fans who were just a little bit disappointed to see Lampeter miss out, but you can't have everything in life. You can have all the beautiful scenery, not necessarily a win in the compact competition. Right, I'm going to take a breath. I think I need to, Manny. It's been an exciting old race, but we'll be back, won't we, with the victory ceremony very shortly. Well, we've just about recovered from the men's race and we can refocus on the women's competition. Wasn't quite so close because, well, Ida Marie Hagen has been in the form of her life. She has been dominant before, of course, but she is cruising at the moment towards that World Cup title. Another win here, 9 out of 11 after that third place, uncharacteristic third place yesterday. Also, Alexa Brabec, what a weekend she is having after a win, her first ever yesterday in second place. And of course, a very popular athlete all around, not necessarily just in Germany, but listen to the reception she'll get here. Natalie Armbruster taking another podium place. The two teammates, I know they're Norwegian and American, but they do train together, having a little conversation before Brabec. Now, she's a reserved character, a little jump. She's a woman of a few words in interview as well, but she, mark my words, will be delighted with that. And this is somebody who doesn't hide her emotions. Somebody who's won yet again another win for Ida Marie Hagen. 26 victories in the World Cup now. She is the holder of that record, overhauling Guido Westwood Hansen earlier in the season. Hard racing, I think it's fair to say. He's doing his best. It's a big flag, isn't it? A little person with a big flag. Making a very good effort. I love to see the mascots, and it has been a wonderful day of racing for these women. Manny, I know you enjoy seeing the likes of Armbruster out there doing well.
Yeah, great to see such a high standard of the women's Nordic Combined, and for these ladies, you know, they've been on the podium a few times, but it's like it's their first time every single time we see them up there, and it's hard work. It really is. Long days, long weekends, long old season, isn't it? And they do have a bit of a break after this weekend. Another day tomorrow, but hats off to them.
Yeah, nice to see the mayor giving out some of the goodies as well. Klaus Mayer has also got the second place duties. So many people involved in putting this on, the local organising committees, of course, the authorities locally, the FIS, the jury members. It's a cast of, well, perhaps not thousands, but certainly hundreds when you come down to the volunteers as well. The mascots. Picking up that she's having a few problems, isn't she, Natalie?
Oh, she is. Yeah. Very strict. They're very strict with all the skis and poles. You know, if you get them sponsored and you're on the podium, then you have to present them all, and you have to have them up there. But that's the thing where I think your idea is quite good with the bag.
Yeah, show them off and put them in the bag afterwards. Well, here's a man who's been rallying the troops all weekend, and quite rightly gets a chance to do a bit of presenting as well. Yeah, what a weekend.
You can say that out loud, can't you? You really can.
Well, who would bet against another podium for the American tomorrow? And then she can perhaps give the parents all the goodies to put in the hand luggage to take home. Let's just pause for the anthem of Norway. She'll never tire of hearing that from the top step of the podium. Well done to Ida Marie Hagen. Another win. Only 2 times has she not been on the top step of the podium, but every event she has been somewhere on the podium. Pictures will be taken. They will wander off stage left, and we will wait. Hopefully the men have regained a little bit of composure, Manny, because it takes a while, doesn't it, after a race like that?
It does, it really does. Everything's aching, everything's sore, your lungs burning, and you know, you need to go then for a cool down as well. So for the men to hang around to go to the prize giving, they still have to kind of go for a cool down afterwards. But you know, prize giving's prize giving, and you've earned that. And cool down can wait. But they have got another competition tomorrow, so they do need to get their recovery in as fast as possible. And Natalie's found a new way to hold her teddy bear there. That
works. Well done to those 3. What will the podium look like tomorrow? Who will take the triple? Well, at the moment, Ida Marie Hagen has the advantage over everybody. And we will see whether that does translate into the triple tomorrow. We will wait and see. We will be up nice and early, ready for all the action, of course. And we're going to take a very short breather here and wait for the men to take their place by the podium. What a victory, what a race, so exciting. It took a while to ignite, but that last lap was astonishing. And talking of astonishing, Vincent Geiger, he likes Austrian snow. His only other victory this season at Ramsau, just before Christmas, of course, and perhaps he wishes the Olympics were held on this course, because he does like it very much. Well, for once, he had his wings clipped, didn't he? We were really thinking he might just pull away. Jensler is off the road, found that someone outlasted him. And then a bit. It was not quite the weekend like he's had before in this World Cup season. Another good performance, though, from our yellow bib holder. Top of the rankings will stay there. Johannes Lamperter couldn't quite. It was only fractions of a second get ahead of Geiger. What an attack on that last rise before the start-finish line for the man who is, of course, a reigning Olympic champion in Normal Hill. And he is the winner here, and he will fancy his chances of back-to-back triples, I'm sure, Manny.
Oh, he will fancy his chances, he really will. And yeah, the race and the standard of the Nordic Combined here this year is just astonishing, isn't it? It really is. We're being surprised and surprised. We don't think it could get any better, but it is. And we saw amazing jumps today. I mean, that was an amazing jumping competition. Only a few athletes not jumping 100.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to watch. There was you kept thinking there's got to be a bit of jeopardy. Someone's surely gonna, I don't know, have troubles, but they were all the athletes were wonderful.
Congratulations.
Busy afternoon for the men. think she's probably enjoyed her afternoon. I think she probably has worse assignments during her
I would say
working
so too.
week.
Yeah.
Second place being awarded to Johannes Lampeter. Won yesterday, couldn't quite do it again here today. But listen to the reception from the home crowd.
Family and friends.
That's a big flag, isn't it? You're going to definitely see that when you're hurrying up a hill.
The trophy and the prizes for the winner of today's compact race is handed over by the president of the Tyrolean Ski Federation, Karl Janowski, for...
Showing some good form now, isn't he? Vincent Geiger. Took a while. The ski jumping is still perhaps not quite there, but he will be confident that he is peaking at just the right time.
He is, like many athletes are. We've seen many athletes who are peaking, who are getting great results at just about the right time.
World Cup is very important, of course, as well, but wouldn't he like to hear the German anthem in Italy in a week or so's time? Just his second win of the season. Not really been on the radar for a lot of the season after that injury, but he may well be on the radar tomorrow because it is triple day, of course. Double points, but more importantly, that trophy. Won it last year, and there's every possibility that he might do it again. But he has a lot of competition, not just those two, but by the whole pack as well. Jens Lars Oftebro, Johannes Lampeter, Vincent Geiger, those on the podium. Oh, Manny, you're not going to guess. You're not going to give a prediction for tomorrow because it is going to be so close. I'm going to let you mull that one over because we've got to go. We'll see you local time, 10:15 tomorrow for the start of the women's. It's the Gundersen. It's going to be absolutely thrilling. We will see you then.